Hello guys, good evening and welcome back to my channel. My name is Cooley Signature. We are no longer Cooley Signature, we are now registered and we are called Cooley's Essence. So we no longer be a Cooley Signature. I'm still going to change the name. So welcome back to my channel. Today we'll be learning how to make a perfect size chart for your ready to wear brand. So if this is something you would love to learn, please make sure to stay tuned, like and subscribe. Thank you. This is a requested video on how to get a perfect size chart for your ready to wear brand. Remember the sales I did the last time I made boo dresses and butterfly with jumpsuit. So one of us chatted me up that she will be needing the direction, like the contact of the person that got those fabrics from. I sent her the fabric and she has gotten it already and she's ready to start her ready to wear brand. So I'm making the size chart for her just to help her to start it up perfectly. So I'll just go straight to the point. I'm happy that someone has made a move to start up her ready to wear brand. I believe that more people will join her soon. So I'll just give the details of how I went with the size chart and how it came out perfect. I made this boo dress. Then the jumpsuit. And everything. So I'm going to give it for the free dress and for jumpsuit. It's also a free jumpsuit, which I have the tutorial on how to make the jumpsuit and also how to make the free butterfly dress. So I'll just give you a size chart that will work with I'm starting with from size 8 to size 18. So for the size 8, though I didn't do more of size 8, I started from size 12 because I did it like a form of I want to sell to my customers already. Like it's not for people that I don't know what. I sold to the people that I don't know also. But now we are making it, we are not making it because you want to sell to your customers alone. We are making it because you want to say out of the box. So we are doing a general size chart that will fit anybody and you can sell it anywhere. So for the size 8, this is not I'm giving you the size charts that works for me. So if you have your own size chart that you use, I believe that is very okay for you, fine and good, you can still use it. But this is the one that I use and it's okay for me. So for the size 8, for the size 8, for the shoulder, shoulder is 13. You know, you just normally you divide your shoulder by 2. For the shoulder, the 13 works very well because I can't just give you the bust, the waist, and the hip without giving you 8. The shoulder is 13. For size 10, the shoulder is 14. Size 12, the shoulder is 15. This will really work for like coming from size 8 to that size 12. It will work. Size 8 is small, then 10 is medium, 12 is 12 is large, and 12 can also be medium and large. So it depends on people's shape. So all this depends on people's shape. You can see a size 8 that has a bust of 10 or 12. So this depends on people's shape, not exactly what the measurement tells, but this will really work for you. So for extra large, that is size 14, the shoulder is 16. For size 16, extra large, the shoulder is 17. Then for extra, you can hardly see a female that their shoulder is 17 to 18. Like once you see that means she has a very broad shoulder. So it's not unlikely, but it's not common. But you can hardly see people with 18 inches wide shoulder. For females, I don't know. Yeah, for men, you will see that wide shoulder. But for female, for my big customers, their shoulder measurements start from 16. If it's big, that wide enough, that means it's 17, which I hardly use up to 17. I'll use 16 or something and to still come out for them. So for extra large, that is size 18, you have the shoulder as 18 inches. So for bust, for size 8, the bust is 34. Bust for size 8 is 34. The bust for size 10 is 36. For large is 38, 39. Like I'm large, I'm 39. So for size 14, the bust is 43. You can use 42, you can use 40. That's why I say it depends on the person's shape. So for size 16, the bust is 47. Sorry. For size 18, the bust is 49. So I'm just giving you this size for you to write it down. Then I'll now tell you if you're making this boo dress, how many inches allowance you are going to be adding for it to not to be too small on the person or for it to not to be too big on the person. For the waist, size 8 is normally 26, 28, 27, 30. This depends on the kind of measurement you want. You can use this to make a fitted dress or you can use it to make a free dress. So for size 10, the waist is 30. You can make it 31, you can make it 28. It depends on this person's kind of waist. For size 12, that is large. The waist is normally 30, 31, 32, 33. It depends on the person's size, sorry, shape. So for 14, the waist is normally 36, 37, 38. Sorry. So for size 16, the waist can be 40, 39, 38. So for size 18, the waist is can be 40, 42, 41 to 43. So all this, if you write it down, you will now know the if you want your measurement to come out really big or small. So for the hip, for size 8, you can use 38, you can use 39. For the weight, for size 10, you can use 40. For the hip, you can use 41. Sorry, for large, you can use for 10, sorry, you can use 40, you can use 42, you can use 43. For large, you can use 40, you can use 42, you can use 43. Like I'm large now and my hip is 44. So now it now depends on the person. If you use 43, it will work for 44, but it will be a little tight, a little bit tight. Or you can also use 42, 43, 44. So for extra large, you can use 45, 46, 47, like we're going up like that. So for size 16, for the hip, you can use 48, you can use 47, you can use 49, you can also use, it's hardly 50, but you can also use 50 for the person. So for the size 18 for the hip, you can use 50, 52, 53. So sometimes you see people that have the full tape. I have a customer that around hip is almost the full tape. I think is around 59 or something. So something like that. So for the underbust, sometimes you want to do a half length and you don't know this person, you need to take their half length, but at least I'll give you a clue on how to get the half length. If you don't want to just do a straight gown, if you want to do a gown that has a half length. So for the underbust for 18, you can use 12. For size 8, you can use 12. That's for size 8. For the underbust, my underbust, if you get your underbust, you can, the underbust for size the underbust for size 8, you can use 12, you can use 13. For size 10, that is medium, you can use 14, you can also use 13. For large, you can use 15. 15 works perfectly for normal size. You can use 15. It's hardly 16. Sometimes you see 16 if the person is taller, very tall and busty. You can use 16. So you can use for the large, you can use 15, 15.5. So for extra large, that is size 14, you can use 16. It will work. Remember that this is just the under bust. You now add like 2 inches to 3 inches to get the half length. I'm just giving you a clue for you to now determine the half length of the person. So for extra large, that is size 16, you will use 16, 16.5 to 17. It will work also. That is if the person is busty. Then for size 18, you use 18, sometimes 19. It's hardly 19. So 19, let's say 19. So you add whatever you want. So for the full length, for the boo dress or for your jumpsuit, for size 8, it depends. Length now depends on people's height and how full you want the dress. I made mine over length. So if the person before they pick up or I do maybe they'll ask me if it's too long, reduce the length. So if someone that doesn't want it to be lengthy, that length you can use 59. You can also use 60. For someone that is very tall, you can use 63. It will flow very well. You can use someone that is size 8 can be 6 feet tall. She can be short, she can be tall. So this length now depends on how you want it. So I'll just advise you to make it long. I use around 60, 62. So you can just make it to flow, or if you're managing your fabric, you can just use 59, 60. It will still come out very, very well. So for you to know the allowance to add, if you're making the boo dress, you can add up to, if you want it to be very free, like size 8, you can add up to 2 inches to 2.5 inches. For size 10, you can add up to 2.5 to 3 inches. For size 12, you can add up to 3 inches or 3.5 or 4 inches. It depends on how big you want this to be. So it just goes on that way. If for size 18, you can add up to 3 inches because those people are big already. They don't like anything that will be like big on them. You can add up to 2 inches to 3 inches. It depends on the kind of style you are making for the boo dress or the butterfly dress. So for the jumpsuit, if you're making this type of jumpsuits that are made for the sales, it's just a free jumpsuit. Again, it has a waist drawstring, so it's the waist, like when you untie it, is very big. It can size any from size 8 to size 14, so it's very, very big. So if you like to include that jumpsuit on your sales, I'm going to be dropping the measurement, that is the crouch and hip location for the jumpsuit. So for size 8, the hip location, for size 8 for the jumpsuit, the hip location, I would just say use 9. This, hip location now depends on the person's height also. Hip location is also someone's height, but 9 to 10 works perfectly. 9 to 10 works like for almost every like it works for most people. So for the hip location, I would just say go for 9. Then for size 10, I'll say go for 10 for the hip location. But that jumpsuit, please watch the tutorial. And if you don't understand, and if you want me to recreate the video again to explain better, just drop a comment. But go through the video and you see what the sizes that I use. The tutorial, the when I did the sales, that is still fresh. The measurement that I used, everything was still fresh in that video. So for size 12, use hip location 10, 11. For 16, you can use, for 14, you can use 11. For 16, you can use 11. 18, you can use 11 for the hip location. So for the crouch now, for size 8, you can use 10. And if you want it to be free, you can just make it 11. So for size 10, you can use 11. For size 12, you can use 12 or 13. That is for the crouch location. For size 14, you can use 12, 12.5, 13. For 16, you can use 13. For 18, you can also use 13. So that is just how it will go. Then for the jumpsuit, if you're making exactly that jumpsuit for your sales, why I chose that jumpsuit is still like a boo dress. It's still like a dress, still very free. Like it won't reveal anything. And that is it for the size chart. And that is it for the size chart. So if you're making this, the depth of the neck width depends on the style that you're making. But the highest you can use for the boo dress, I don't know the kind of style you want to make, but highest you can use is a neck width of 4 inches, the depth of 4 inches, or 3x3, or 4x4, or 3x4. That is, the neck width will be 3, then the depth will be 4. It depends on how wide you want it, and it depends on how high you want the neckline. So I will not really go into that one because I don't know the style you want to be making. So I really, really, really wish you good luck on your ready to wear brand, and I believe that you'll come out, you sell very, very well. I believe that you will sell very well and God will be with you. Customers will locate you. Please make sure to post all the time. Tell people, go to church, wear your brand, rep your brand. Like what I'm wearing, I made this. So I'm always repping my brand. I can't remember the last time I bought clothes. I'm always wearing what I made. So when you tell me get clothes, I'll be like, I can make that. So even if I'm buying, I'll buy jean and all that. So always rep your brand. I hardly go to church, but for those that go to church, make sure you make something beautiful. If you don't have money for expensive fabric, they are the ones they say sell for 300 per yard, 500 per yard. Get all those ones, make a nice style. And it's come at how much did I get? Same was 500 naira and all that. So just start something, start from somewhere this year. Plan yourself, make